support it.
Well, I put my ATV,
all right, kids,
quad ATV.
welcome to another Thursday evening
right
ATV session here on the W6CX repeater.
Antifreeze to put back.
My name is Jim, your net control. Is there any emergency or priority traffic?
Started it up and shut it off because it hadn't got any coolant in it.
Well, congratulations on that, Gary. That's wonderful.
Roger, roger.
Expensive pass out, I can tell you that.
Okay, does that fix that, Matthew? Okay, all right. Well, I had too much audio potted up the same time here. So, anyway, are there any announcements for the net tonight, other than technical snafus? All right, hearing none. We want to let everybody know that you can watch tonight's net if you're not watching it directly. You can tune in to w6cxatv.mdarc.org or media space MDARC on YouTube. Or if you want to try and participate in the net, tune in to whereby.com/Alpha Tango Nancy 1, and we'll probably see you over there. So anyway, that's what I've got here. Any other announcements? All right, hearing none, we'll go into roll call. Let's go over to Fred, WB6ASU in Acampo.
Hey, you push the button and it works every now and then. Good evening, Jim in the net. I give you another snafu, Jim. You're a little bit distorted on 06, and quite often when you were calling people on the net, you were dropping the first part of your transmission. So you'd call somebody and we wouldn't get the prefix. So I don't know what's going on over there tonight. Too many cats in the fire, I guess. Anyway. And yeah, the audio on Channel 4 was quite interesting for a little bit there. So, but anyway, it works. And hi to everybody over on Channel 4. I see we have a group tonight taking up the little picture frames. Well, anyway, not much new over here, except I think I am back from the living dead, which I'm glad to get rid of whatever it was that had me. So we're doing better. Anyway, back to the net. And I'm sure I got Jim twisting all kinds of knobs over there trying to figure out what's going on. W6ASU definitely stuck in a campo.
All right, Fred. Thank you for checking into the net tonight. Yeah, I think we got a couple things going here. Hopefully we can make the rest of it work too. Now, I saw this guy live at the auction last Friday night, and I reminded him that our net is on Thursday night. W6ATV, Chris, are you there? Nope, no Chris. So let's go over to Matthew, N4DLA.
All right. I don't know if anything's going to show up. N4DLA with my 45 years of recognition as a licensed radio amateur, presented by the Quarter Century Wireless Association Mount Diablo chapter, no affiliation with the radio club with the same first two words, this past Saturday. And yes, that auction, yeah, it was a great auction. Thank you, Jim, and the rest of the MDARC members for putting it on. A lot of great stuff. I donated some items for the auction. I hope they were purchased. Things kind of ran a little late. Our auctioneer was W6LK, former club president, now in Wyoming, but he was the virtual auctioneer. There was a, Chris, W6ATV, rescued a Heathkit SP303 and SP600 speaker from certain oblivion by buying it by him, and I coax, our supply, and it for external, and that some good thing. There was auction long, so I put the heavy up first. Radio train that somebody trying to sell off external speed, something like that. Let's go. Oh, and I a tuner, a KW antenna tuner for the princely sum of $2. So it's made in England. It's matches X or wire. No, but it's very well known in England. I'd like to try that. It's not very well deep, so no for it online. Today was National Morse Code Day. I wish I'd put that in the carrier. I tried to make some CW contacts in the carrier. I tried to make some CW contacts. No luck. Nobody in the CW band other than code practice from ARL or KH6 on 20 meters, and I'm like, okay, where is everybody? Band's open. There were some in the extra class portion of the band. But can't go down there yet. Got to keep studying. So also this Saturday, please take your unwanted medications to your local safe drug disposal site. It's in the carrier. Most of the police departments in Lafayette and Orinda and Antioch, I know for sure, are hosting them, as well as the sheriff's office on Muir Road in Martinez and the base station out there in North Richmond. So anyway, thanks for running the net, and back to you, Jim. And again, thanks again for a great auction. K6SOE in the weekly edition of the Mount Diablo Amateur Radio Club Digital Amateur Television Net. This is N4DLA, Matthew and Orinda.
All right, Matthew. Thank you for the check-in there. I think everything was copacetic, and glad you got a good deal at the auction, too. Let's get a voice check-in from Patrick, KK6DBX. Roger that. We'll reboot that momentarily here. Let's go over to Dave, WB6DTV. All right. No, Dave. Let's try John, W6DTV. Okay, no John. Let's go over to Stan.
Good evening, Jim and the net from Stan in Sonoma, and the stream jumped back on again. It went off like 2 seconds a net, so I guess I'm the first check-in back on the stream. Didn't make the auction personally or virtually, but we did have a little hamfest up here by the Valley of the Moon Amateur Radio Club last Saturday, and it was quite a successful event. We had 31 vendors and quite a bit of stuff that was fine, and so I think a good time was had by all. I also had breakfast, testing, all the usual stuff, a fox hunt. Anyway, kind of a small town hamfest, but I think it was well worth it. I picked up a few goodies myself. So with that, to net, NJ6E is Stan in Sonoma.
Okay, Stan, thank you for checking in tonight. I'm glad that you guys had a good event up there, and I'll have to check that out one of these days. Let's see if Ron's around, N6GKJ. No, Ron. How about John, ND6H?
All right, let's see if this is going to work here. Oh, wow, there it is. All righty. Well, I had a little spill on my bicycle last Friday, so I haven't been doing too much except putting a bunch of ice on my knee for the last week. It's better, but it's still not 100%. And I just noticed the other night that there's some sort of radio interference situation now going on here. So, hobbling around with a cane, I was kind of trying to sort that out a little bit this afternoon, but I gave up. I'm going to try and look at it a little bit more tomorrow. I did turn the circuit breaker off for the whole house, and it seemed like the interference went away when I did that, so I'll pursue that a little more tomorrow with the portable radio and the antennas and whatnot. Anyways, not much, like I said. No sailing or flying at this point due to me, and we got a memorial service on Saturday for a family member that passed away about a year and a half ago. Finally getting it in thanks to COVID. But that's pretty much it from over here in wonderful Concord. Jim, thanks for doing the net. John, Concord, ND6H.
All right, John. Thank you for checking in tonight. Good signal from you. And let's go over to Kevin, KK6JPN. Okay, no Kevin tonight. Let's see if Bob's around. WB6KWT. Let's try my neighbor, W6MEW, Mike. KK6Q, Owen.
Yes. There. Good evening, Jim and Nat. Thanks for doing the Nats tonight. So the plan would be very good for everyone I've seen here. And let's see, I don't have much going on. I think maybe yesterday or the day before, I saw some activity from John and 68 on MT8 because that's what I do these days. So trying to get work on 15 meters, and I'm landing one state, and doesn't seem to be many hams in it, which is Idaho. Surprisingly, it's Idaho. And so I noticed there was somebody on the audio net earlier from Idaho, so I didn't quite catch it. But to as I say, just get one FT8 on 17 meters, and then that wraps up that 17 meter band for FT8. So didn't make the auction at all. I tend to buy stuff and then not use it, and so try to avoid the temptation, because if I go there, I buy something. Anyway, that's where I'm at here, and glad that some folks picked up some good there. Well done, Matthew, with your there, antenna tuner. So with that, I'll pass it back to Net Control from KK6Q in Walnut Creek.
All right, Owen. Thank you for checking in. Your signal was good as always there. And let's see, I'm still Jim, K6SOE, doing the ATV net. Let's go over to Jerry, KB6T, see what's new with him.
Well, Jerry didn't have a chance to test his station before the net, but I hope it works. And what's new here? Yesterday I checked into the W6SVT repeater down in San Jose somewhere. And it was pretty good. I've been good experience checking in because that repeater was broken for a long time, maybe 6 months or a year, and so I stopped checking in. But they got it fixed, and it worked pretty good last night, so I was happy about that. Plus, last weekend I went at the Iron Horse Trail in Denver, and that was pretty good too. Weather was good, and I found a good place to have and beer in Denver, and so I may go back actually. The beer was so good there, and they had a pretty good selection. I think it's about 56 degrees here in San Leandro, and that's about all the news I have, so I'll send it back to you, Jim. KB60, Jerry, San Leandro.
All right, Jerry. Thank you for checking in tonight. We'll, your signal's looking good as always, and glad that we could be here. So, anyway, I've got a situation here. I got to figure out what's going on with. I've got a few people over here on whereby.com. They're probably listening, waiting to see what's happening, and I'll try and bring them in here subsequently. So, stand by one for some more video check-ins.
Test.
The full username. So it just shows the service, and then the username is usually the suffix or the prefix, and then just a hint on the password or partial password. So all right, so we are currently in. And so now what we want to do is we want to go to settings. And so there's the RTMP. Oh, I know why. YouTube.com.
YouTube?
Oh. Yeah, it's not the proper. It's not the proper URL.
Nope, this isn't working. You're right. So, anyway, we'll see if there's any Mr. Late video check-ins come at this time. K6SOE.
Anymore. So no, I don't know if you have the login for YouTube.
Right. I guess I'm unable to do miraculous things. So let me try one more here. K6SOE, stand by.
When we took it over to Kevin's, we used everything when we did it.
So it'd be K0CCU.atn at gmail.com.
ATV.
Oh, ATV. K0CCU.atv at gmail.com. Next. Let's see if that works.
Okay, if I talk, maybe you can hear me on Whereby.
Oh, yes, man. Hi, Jim. How you doing?
Okay. Roland, you're up on Whereby.
I am. Well, hello, everybody. And welcome. Welcome. We have our wonderful group here, Gary, W6KVC, and, of course, Lee in Arizona, K0CCU. And thank you very much for allowing me to come onto the net. We're getting things set up for the Arizona group. We're getting them happening with live streaming through YouTube. And so right now I'm on the login screen for the Cerebro Live Shell Pro appliance. And so we're going to get things happening with Lee. And, of course, there they are right there. You guys look so good. Oh, my gosh, we had a great net last Tuesday for the Amateur Television Network's The Weekly Net. Great showing. We had Stephen from Massachusetts showing. We had Ron from Florida. And, of course, we had Rod and Lee from Arizona. And, of course, our group in Southern California checking in. And, of course, some of our repeaters are having a little bit of trouble. Or we lost our DVB-T receiver up on Santiago, and it looks like Mount Wilson's having some issues, too. So we'll have to make a trip up to the hill and do a little reset. And Gary has a wonderful high technology device that we're going to be using it for our digital receiver, and it's called a mechanical timer.
Works every time.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to program to turn off at 2 o'clock in the morning, and it'll come back on at 3 o'clock in the morning. So we can just recycle the power.
We'll only be off a half hour.
Here you go. You got it, Gare. So yes, so we are definitely installing some high technology equipment up on the hill. Thank you, Gare. Oh my gosh. Let's see what else is going on. I'd just like to thank Kevin over in Arizona. They're him and Tammy are moving away, and they kindly donated some equipment to us at the ATN and got some nice 1U and 2U chassis. We're going to be packaging up down converters and a down converter exciter combination. So this way that if ATVers want to try out, or new ATVers want to try out and getting on RF, we'll be able to, provide some equipment for people to let them try it. Have both a receive and transmit station all packaged together in a 2RU package. So that's something that we're working on. We're also working on an IP link. As gas prices, well, right now gas prices seems to be stable at the moment, but of course it's very, very high. And of course with our ATV truck, well, Gary knows, and I owe him at least 15 gas cards for the truck. So we're limiting the use of our truck at the moment, and just mainly use it for special events, like hoping that we will come up to PacificCon and join you guys. And doing some other events, and especially doing some presentations at live amateur radio meetings. And so we're going to keep that in reserve. But in the meantime, we're setting up a an RTMP switch up onto Job's Peak, and that's going to be serving as our backbone. So we do the SBMS meetings or any kind of a meeting that we're doing with the ATN. We simply just bring the Blackmagic ATEM Pro, and then just hit on air, and we're on the air to everywhere. So that's going to save us quite a bit of time, money, and wear and tear onto the truck. In the meantime, Mike is definitely starting to outfit the truck to digital. So we're outfitting it in HDMI as well as SDI. And of course, we still have the analog equipment on board on the vehicle as well. Producing a video on behalf of Amateur Television for Dayton, and so we'll be recording the nets coming up on Sunday for Arizona and for next Tuesday during the weekly net, and of course next Thursday will be the SBMS meeting, and so we'll be doing a little recording on that as well. Other than that, that's pretty much been what's been happening with the Amateur Television Network things here in Southern California and throughout the country. And I'm just so blessed to have Jim come on board with us during our Tuesday the weekly nets and representing the Mount Diablo group. You guys are just a fantastic group, very outgoing and highly supportive. So keep up the great work, my friends. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jim, for this opportunity. I'm going to turn it back to you. KC6 JPG, Rancho Cucamonga.
Oh, okay. Well, this is K0CC Lee in Glendale, Arizona, and I'm working with Kevin here, setting up a Cerevo Live Pro so that we can stream the W7ATN over to the white tank, the W7ATN Arizona, over onto YouTube, and so we're putting stuff together here. And he's helping me out because I forgot how to set up this Survey Pro. It's been too long. So we're staying out of trouble, and so back to you, Jim. K6SOE, K0CCU, Glendale in Arizona.
Okay. Good evening, everybody up there in the Mount Diablo area. Gary, W6KVC, at 6,200 feet. My ham shack up here at Green Springs in the San Bernardino Mountains. And when we were there at Pacific Con, we had our blue truck up there and had a good time with Jim and everybody else that I met with the group. It was a lot of fun. So anyway, got a few hiccups on the mountain, but it's working okay. I've got a switcher here, so right now you can see our slideshow up there on Santiago Peak. I'll come back to my picture. I have a little Blackmagic ATM switcher that I can plug into the computer, also at the same time plug it into my RF transmitter, so I can do both over the internet and over the air at the same time in my shack simultaneously. Same with Roland. I imagine Jim can do the same thing. So anyway, not a whole heck of a lot going on here. I was doing some mechanical work today on my ATV, but it's four-wheel drive ATV. Getting ready to go up to Oregon and do some riding with my brother. So I have more than one ATV. Hi. So back to you, Jim, W6KVC.
Well, guys, I don't know where Jim is, but this is Matthew N4DLA in Orinda. Great job by you guys. Great seeing the Grand Canyon State as well as high up in the mountains there in Running Springs on the Mount Diablo repeater. So look forward to more linked up sessions soon. See if Jim's back. K6SOE, are you there? N4DLA.
I don't
We're exotic. We're abnormal.